How important is mental health? Mental health is essential to living a healthy, balanced life. Our mental health encompasses our psychological, emotional, and social well-being. This means it impacts how we feel, think, and behave each day. Our mental health also contributes to our decision-making process, how we cope with stress, and how we relate to others in our lives.
First, we will talk about depression. While we all feel sad, moody, or low from time to time, some people experience these feelings intensely for long periods of time. It can be weeks, months, or even years, and sometimes without any apparent reason. Depression is more than just a low mood, a serious condition that affects your physical and mental health. What causes depression? First, abuse or bullying. Past physical, sexual, or emotional abuse can increase the vulnerability to clinical depression later in life. Second, death or a loss. Sadness or grief from the death or loss of loved one, though natural, may increase the risk of depression. Third, major event. Even good events such as starting a new job, graduating, or getting married can lead to depression. So can moving, losing a job or income, getting divorced, or retiring. Genetics can also be cause of depression. A family history of depression may increase the risk. It's thought that depression is a complex trait, meaning that there are probably many different genes that each exert small effects, rather than a single gene that contributes to disease risk. Fourth, other personal problems. Problems such as social isolation due to other mental illnesses or being cast out of the family or social groups can contribute to the risk of developing clinical depression.
Depression can have a lot of different symptoms, change of behaviors or feelings, thoughts like I'm a failure, I'm worthless, people will be better off without me, or it can be physical, tired all the time, sleep problems, and loss or change of appetite. It's important to remember that we all experience some of these symptoms from time to time, and it may not necessarily mean you're depressed. Equally, not everyone who is experiencing depression will have all of these symptoms.
Anxiety. Anxiety is the mind and body's reaction to stressful, dangerous, unfamiliar situations. It's the sense of uneasiness, distress, or dread you feel before a significant event. A certain level of anxiety helps us stay alert and aware, but for those suffering from anxiety disorder, it feels far from normal. It can be completely debilitating.
All of us worry and get scared from time to time, but those with anxieties may feel consumed by fears of things that might seem irrational to others. It can be hard to relate to those concerned, and as a result, many people don't know how to best help someone with anxiety. Anxiety is what if. Anxiety is a lot of what's wrong, and I don't know. Anxiety is real if someone you know struggles with panic attack. Please be there from them. Show respect, engage, and talk. Many people develop disorder that experience a shocking, scary, or dangerous event. It is natural to feel afraid during and after a traumatic situation. Fear triggers many split-second change in the body to help defend against danger or to avoid it. This is called PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
We first need to understand its symptoms. By experiencing the trauma through intrusive distressing recollections of the event, flashbacks, and nightmares, emotional numbness and avoidance of place, people, and activities that are reminders of the trauma. Increased arousal such as difficulty sleeping and concentrating, feeling jumpy, and being easily irritated and angered.
Why does PTSD develop? Although it's not clear exactly why people develop PTSD, a number of possible reasons have been suggested.
Survival mechanism. Instinctive mechanism intended to help you survive further traumatic experiences. For example, the flashbacks many people with PTSD experience may force you to think about the event, so you better be prepared if it happens again. These responses may be intended to help you survive. They're actually very unhelpful in reality because you cannot process and move on from the traumatic experience.
High adrenaline levels. It is shown that people with PTSD have abnormal levels of stress hormones. People with PTSD have been found to continue to produce high amounts of fight or flight hormones, even when there's no danger.
Changes in the brain. Parts of the brain involved in emotional processing appear different in brain scans. One part of the brain responsible for memory and emotions is known as the hippocampus. In people with PTSD, the hippocampus appears smaller in size. It's thought that changes in this part of the brain may be related to fear and anxiety, memory problems, and flashback.
Causes of PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder can develop after a very stressful, frightening, or distressing event or after a prolonged traumatic experience. Types of events that can lead to PTSD include serious accident, physical or sexual assault, abuse including childhood or domestic abuse, exposure to traumatic events at work including remote exposure, serious health problems such as being admitted to intensive care, childbirth experiences such as losing a baby, war and conflict, and torture.
Why is mental health awareness important? Our overall mental health is as important as our physical health. Most of us have no idea on how to keep our mental health in shape and how we could understand those who are experiencing mental health concerns.
Almost half of young generation across the globe are experiencing different forms of depression and anxiety caused by peer pressure, family concern, and poor self-esteem. Also, those who are experiencing this resort to a lot of dangerous activities that could lead to serious complications. However, it is sad to know that others dismiss this concern as plain drama or just lazy to move on with their lives.
Cliche is simply said, the stigmas of mental health. The stigma of mental health problems come from those who do not really understand what is going on with someone who is mentally ill or deficient. Even those who have died of suicide just get tagged as cowards or immature individuals. This kind of stigma in our society has to end right now.
Open conversation about mental illness help erode stigma and make it easier for people to ask for help. Always remember, social support, appreciation, and empathy are key to helping and recovery. Let them know you believe in account of what they are experiencing and that you don't blame them for their reactions. Do you need help or someone you know? You can contact NCMH hotline or go to Philippine Mental Health Association Facebook account. You can also go to My Care Club site for help.
I hope you learned something about the discussion. Thanks for watching!